Hi guys, and welcome back to Jurassic Unicast. Being members of the Jurassic Park Podcast hosted by Brad Jost, myself, James Hawkins, was joined with Stephen Hurrell and Tom Fishenden to spend the day down at Frontier Developers headquarters in Cambridge and to play the new game, Jurassic World Evolution. Hiya, this is James. Firstly, I'd like to appreciate the amazing backdrop which we can see on the game here. We're just going to find a new game to start from the beginning, and we should get going.
Hello.
So we're leading straight into a loading screen.
You may have heard of me.
Ian Malcolm starts talking.
You should have heard of me, especially now that you're here. So before you are the islands that you need to manage, if you can. The 5 deaths. Jeez, if only there had been 5. Okay, this is as good a place as any to begin. ISLA MATANCEROS. It's relatively stable. Yeah, you can get your feet wet here, and you should, because diving into the deep end of the pool is where the big, angry, hungry things are, and you want to be ready before you try that.
Okay, so firstly, I want to talk about how amazing that entrance is. It takes you instantly back to Jurassic Park. On the island arrival, and the helicopter, the cliche, just perfect. And the graphics so far are just absolutely stunning. At this point, I'm just working out the controllers. At the moment, I'm using the mouse and keyboard. I had a choice of both, mouse, keyboard, and an Xbox controller, which was connected. But the game was on PC. It was obviously Microsoft have the same rights, so they can use their controllers.
You should just attach it to the side, but watch out for dinosaurs. Just kidding.
I'm going through a few of the tabs here on the left using the mouse. The first thing I need to do is get an incubation hatchery. As you can see, I'm trying to aim for the blue zone, which is where it connects in, and then one thing instantly I liked was the way it was building. I love the building. You've got the little cranes going up and down. Nice little fine detail there. Okay, so Cobalt is a guy in the corner that kind of just sort of guides you through the basic controls of what you need to do to get the park up and running. He's asking me to connect the path, because without connecting the path to the buildings, and the buildings are not operational, it's kind of like the way of unlocking the doors as such. So the first dinosaurs you get are the Struthiomimus, which is a really basic, cheap dinosaur. And the genome's already about 65%,
playing with nature's laws,
so you can pretty much hatch it straight away. And the chances are that at that percentage, the dinosaurs will survive relatively long.
Yes, Mr. Finch, yes, the last time. There's always a last time, and a next.
Okay, so the first dinosaur is hatched.
Life, it begins. The most precious moment, the result of incalculable actions and reactions, trials and errors, genetic mutations and unknowable combinations, chaos, all leading to a living, breathing...
Okay, so this is the first time I've seen the dinosaurs up close, so I'm just panning around using the controls to go in and out, and I'm still trying to get used to them, so eventually I do grab the controller and you zoom in and out by using the triggers.
The Hammond Foundation has 3 main areas of interest: security, entertainment, and science. I've already nudged the heads of each division to reach out to you personally. They'll offer opportunities and incentives for you to be part of their team. Choose one of their contracts. It'll help you develop your facility.
Okay, so my first contract has come up. I'm taking the entertainment route. Steve is doing the science, and Tom's doing the security. So we've all got slightly different general objectives. Mine's to get the park up and running and earn as much money as possible in the shortest amount of time.
In our parks, fill up our facilities with warm bodies. Numbers bring revenue, excitement, and opportunities.
Okay, so one of my first contracts is to build a expedition centre. Now, what the expedition centre does is basically allows you to go off to dig sites and collect dinosaur fossils, bring them back to the research and fossil centre where you can then extract them for DNA or sell them for profit. Okay, so whilst I was trying to place this excavation centre, I have a contract pop up from Isaac, and my contract says I need to get a genome of Ceratosaurus at least 50%. So which pretty much is, I think they start off in the 40s, and so I'm going to go and try and go and send an excavation off to find a Ceratosaurus, and hopefully they'll come back with some fossils.
What is more attractive than new dinosaurs? Well, me, of course. Yeah, no, what I'm saying is let's get some fresh dinos in the hopper.
Okay, so at this point I'm going through the research lab, and I've also noticed that you can only click to download, to buy and unlock one thing at a time. So once that's downloaded and unlocked, you can then use your money to unlock another part of research. But as you can see on the left hand side, there's colours and changes to the skin tone. On the right, you've got different animals that get spliced in with the DNA of the animals. Okay, so now my Ceratosaurus has finally been completed. I can now hatch it. Let's have a look. I love the gameplay of this, just the cinematic. It looks absolutely stunning. I love how closely they've got it to resemble the one from Jurassic Park 3. And I've got my next mission, which is construct a power and fast food restaurant and research into the research centre for a clothes shop. And once I've unlocked those, hopefully I'll be able to place them, and then that will earn me a little bit of money. But at the moment, as you can see, I've not got a lot of money left over from all this incubating and hatching and creating the fence paddocks. It kind of does ruin your money a little bit. Okay, so I've just, while I was laying down both of my buildings, in that time, the Ceratosaurus has got a bit mad and angry, and it's broke into my Struthiomimus enclosure. So instantly I went into panic mode, and I'm like, oh my god, where's my ACU team? And realised I haven't actually laid down an ACU unit yet, so I've got no means of tranking the Ceratosaurus. I'm like, oh, panicked quickly, had to sell stuff to get the ranger station up and running. And yeah, so at the moment my animal is currently on a rampage. Okay, so I'm in the helicopter. I'm a little bit further forward into the game. I've created some buildings. I've also made a lot more dinosaurs and viewing galleries. As you can see, there's a new building now attached on the side of the paddock. But my mission now is I've just made 2 Dracorexes and a new enclosure, and I need to make sure I change them. So I've gone straight into the cockpit view from the side where I can shoot them. I think I missed my first shot, but I'm very, very happy because I got used to these controls straight away. This is the first time I've tranked, or second time I've tranked, and I got a straight hit there. And then the other one, little toe rag, runs off just as I shoot him. But I managed to trank them both quite quickly. And then my next mission is obviously to move them into the new paddock. Missed that one there, and then managed to get it eventually after about 4 or 5 shots. There we go, sedative going in, and they trank pretty quick. And done. Okay, so once I've done that, I need to click onto the the removal team, they'll go in and do that job for you. Just click on the animal that you want to remove, click into the location you want it to go into, and there you go, the little extraction team comes in, they tie it up, get rid of it for you, and then take it off to, and there's a little bar going down now, take it off to the new area.
Hey guys, so I'm doing the science division and I'm just getting my first mission now from Dr. Dewar.
I've got an interesting opportunity for you to consider. It will allow us to work together to create life. Pure life. If you've been listening to Dr. Malcolm, then you know how important this is to us. And to me.
Okay, so it seems I need to get a 50% genome for a Triceratops, so I'm going to send my expedition team out to get a Triceratops.
I knew you were my kind of person. Inquisitive, driven, and I knew you couldn't resist this opportunity. So let's get started. Together, we can create a more authentic version of our dinosaurs. That means a complete genome. And I think you are up to the challenge. Don't disappoint.
Good! Your first expedition team is out. They'll bring back what they find to the fossil center for extraction.
Okay, it's going to take a couple of minutes for me to get the genomes for the Triceratops, so I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Okay, the dig team should have finished by now, so let's just check on their progress. Yeah, dig team's returning. So, step back. Oh, look at that, the helicopter's coming down. Lovely landing. So let's check out the fossils. This is where you get all your, you extract all your DNA from your fossils. Let's have a look and see how many I've got. Yeah, cool. Got 7 of them. So I'm going to start extracting these and I'll get back to you. Okay, it seems that I've got enough genomes now to incubate the dinosaur. So let's just have a look on here, see if I can modify it in any way. This is where you'll be able to add your colours, increase the lifespan if you can, or like tailor make the dinosaur to how you want it really. But as we're so early on in the game, I haven't got much on here, so just a normal incubation on this one. Okay, shouldn't take long to hatch. There you go, I've sped it up for you. So about to release the dinosaur. See, what's interesting is that every dinosaur that they've put into the game, once you release it into your park, they've created special music for each dino.
Our new specimens, dinosaurs, are meeting expectations, but we want them to thrive. That's your next assignment. Making sure our specimens are properly cared for. In other words, dinosaur welfare.
The difference with dinosaurs is that they have no point of reference to understand humans, so don't expect much in the way of thank yous.
I've been monitoring what you've been up to with great interest, and I'm a little disappointed that Dr. Dewar came to you for this assignment instead of bringing me into the loop as she should have done. I'll discuss this with her later.
Or Henry Way's not too happy with me.
Oh my gosh, you got a sick dinosaur on your hands. It's time to treat it. Or what comes next, that's going to be on your hands as well.
Right, so it seems that I've got a sick Triceratops. Nice little touch from the Jurassic Park film. So I've got to get my rangers to go and medicate the dinosaurs before it dies. Or spreads diseases to other dinos, I'm guessing. So, where is the trike? One. Okay, I'll go and activate the ranger station, that'd be easier. nice little touch that they've added in, that you can drive all the vehicles in the game. So you can take control and like drive around the park and see it from like a guest point of view.
Conditions clear.
It's quite easy to control.
Conditions calming.
Try and run people over. I like how they've added a like Central American radio stations on. So I'll try and find a way into my enclosure. Again, on the other side. My Jeep can swim. Let's try and take control and medicate this trike.
You need to medicate that animal if you are to save it. Great work.
There you go. Dinah's not sick. That's good. Hey, mission complete.
Done it. We are on the path to a pure strain dinosaur. This will definitely shift the paradigm. I can't ignore this accomplishment. With your help, obviously. That goes without saying. But under my direction. I think we make a good team. Let's do this again. I'll let you know when.
I've witnessed Dr. Dua flail and fail before. Now with you, she believes she is on her way. Does she really think she can accomplish what I have not?
Okay, I've fast forwarded a bit now. My park's doing quite well, so I'm now gonna splurge out some money on a innovation centre. It's quite expensive, 1.5 mil. So it's just got to try and find enough space to put it down. Seems a bit far, quite close, because you have to connect all the power grids up to power everything, so I want it reasonably close. Tell you what, I'll get the landscaping tool and just create an area here. So here we can like flatten the land, like remove all the water. You can add forests, grass, raise so you can put peaks, lower it so you can have like valleys. So the terrain is basically up to you. You can design your island how you want it. So that should be enough for the innovation centre. Now you got to be careful when you're putting down this stuff, because I've actually put this down the wrong way. As you can see, once I finished building. There we go. All the scaffolding's coming down. Let's just connect up some paths. There it is. Would have been better if it was the right way round. But I'm not destroying it and spending 1.5 million again. So it's really nice and fluid to ladies' pass. Really nice and easy. There we go.
Look, personally, I don't care how many buildings we have. But I learned a long time ago that less is never more. Huh? More is more. So make more, okay?
I see you've hatched a Triceratops. It might be cute now, but that's only gonna last for about a week.
Okay, I'm almost at 3 stars, so that should unlock the next island, level 2. Send ACU to sort out my dinos on here. Things are a bit out of control. Hey, there you go. Unlock the second island.
Yes, Site C, more commonly known as Isla Muerta.
Well, that's the first level partially completed. Managed to unlock the second level, so what I'll do is now I'll head on to Tom's footage and see how he got on with the security division.
Okay guys, so this was kind of really my first look at the research component of the game that you're going to see before you, and you can see here I take a look at some of the different components that I'm able to research. So things such as asset containment, we go over the Hammond Creation Lab, and really just kind of look at all the different components that we're able to upgrade. My goal here was to upgrade the assets I already had in my park. I didn't want to focus on building new stuff to begin with. I thought it would be quite interesting to approach gameplay with the kind of upgrade as we go, put our initial park in best possible standing it can be, and then go forwards from there. So, we're now in the genetic research. I'm going to leave you guys to take a little look at some of the other research items I dive into, and I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of this gameplay. Okay, and then here you can really see me beginning to experiment with some of the fencing. So Rich Newbold, when we were talking to him and he was giving us a tutorial on the game, showed us that he likes to make a little holding pen for his dinosaurs before he lets them into their respective paddocks. So this is a tactic which will let you have one Hammond Creation Lab to hatch several different dinosaurs into several different types of enclosure. So here you can see me attempting to replicate what Rich showed us. It does go a little bit wrong, as you can see here. I am not the finest at creating fences. I was rushing a little bit because I was really excited to be playing the game, but it is very intuitive when you're building fences. It's very easy to make a nicely shaped paddock, and as you can see here, we almost have got a complete holding area which we can let our dinosaurs into so they can then progress into their respective paddocks. So I continue to build this piece here. You can see I was struggling to line it up a little bit, but eventually we got there. Plonk this piece in the middle like so, and you can see we have a beautifully connected fence now. Like so. So that is the holding paddock constructed. Then I decided to just bring another fence straight across the middle, like so. So you can see me lining everything up nicely. And then once all of these components are connected, if you bear with me while I continue to put fencing in, you can see I was really clumsy with the fencing. Fencing, if you want it to look good, it is definitely worth taking a little bit of time to just focus on the aesthetic you're going for, but here I just wanted to get the most out of the game, so I was really kind of rushing to make a good looking, well not good looking obviously as I've just said, but a functional fence. So here I put my last piece of fencing back in the middle here. I don't know why I tried to put a Hammond Creation Lab down, but you can see like so. I place my last piece of fencing in the middle. We'll get there in a second. Like so. And that is now my fencing completed. I then proceed to go and add a couple of gates, as you'll see in a second. Don't know if I add them yet, it looks like I've gone to take on a new mission, but that is essentially how you can make a holding area for one of your paddocks. Okay, and then here you can see me preparing to test out this paddock mechanism I've made for the first time. So we released the beautiful Edmontosaurus, one of my favourite herbivores that we've seen in the game so far. And here you can see it coming out. I love how each dinosaur has its own unique animation for exiting the Hammond Creation Lab. It's really, really nice, and it helps to add a lot more character to these dinosaurs. So here you can see the Edmontosaurus is out in my holding pen, and it's the moment of truth, and it's gone for it. It's gone straight to one of the gates I've added into the herbivore paddock. It's sitting for a second, not sure whether to go in, and then it charges in as we've just seen. And from there I'm then able to go into the gate, close it, so the holding pen is now ready. So if I decide I don't want to release the Edmontosaurus, there we go, then I could release a different creature instead. Okay, so here I made a rookie error. I accidentally opened the gate. Not entirely sure what I was doing here, but the Edmontosaurus has got out. It's loose. It is in my Jurassic World asset outer containment, so I decided, okay, this is the perfect opportunity to complete this security protocol and actually tranquilize the Edmontosaurus to complete the ACU mission. So here you can see that actually I had let it loose deliberately so my ACU team could go in and capture the creature, all to complete the very first security contract that you have to complete as part of Jurassic World Evolution, should you decide to go down the security tree. Okay, so you can see I missed a couple of shots, but for the most part fairly accurate. I've captured the Edmontosaurus, it's tranquilized, it's put to sleep, and now it's time to fly away and organize my transport. Okay, and here we can see I'm finally at a point in the game where I've earned enough money to place down a hotel to complete the next main mission in my security contract. This, I really, really like the fact that I had to actually work to earn the money to place this. The contracts themselves are very, very varied, as I was saying, so some will be big, some will be small, and some of the larger ones actually really encourage you to invest in the infrastructure of your park from a management perspective, so you actually begin to actively think, what's going to make me the most revenue? What's going to allow me to build these new components that I need to progress in this particular tree the quickest? And that is a fantastic component to the game. I also really, really like the hotel model here. You'll see it in a few moments time, but it looks absolutely fantastic. It is very similar in style to the one that we got in Jurassic World, and overall it's just a really fantastic model. And one thing I would like to say is all of the models in this game are absolutely phenomenal. The dinosaurs, the animation is tremendous. There is no other video game that captures dinosaurs quite like this one, and I genuinely mean that. The buildings feel very Jurassic in their nature. They feel very well crafted to fit within that kind of modern Masrani global style architecture, which looks fantastic, and everything here just oozes Jurassic, and especially Jurassic World. It looks absolutely 100% authentic to what you would expect, and it helps to just make the game that much more of a fully immersive experience. So, looks like the scaffolding is still up on the hotel here, so we're not going to get to see it just yet, but I can assure you when it is completed, it looks fantastic. Okay guys, so I thought we'd wrap this section from me up over the security footage, over the security centre itself being built. So the idea here is within Evolution there are 3 different centres: the security centre, the innovation centre, I didn't see the third one but presumably a science centre, and each of these contributes to your different path. So if you're doing security, obviously you'll want the security centre and going so on and so forth. So it's really, really cool getting those unique buildings that each contribute to each group that you work with a little bit more. It helps to really kind of diversify each of the options here, so you really feel like you want to really specify your park towards those different security, well in this case security functions, obviously it may be something else. So while the security centre is building, you can see we've just put up, I believe it was a fast food restaurant. I'm quickly checking my island rating, you can see doing fantastic, which is nice to see. And then as it continues, you can see I'm looking again, facility rating, can see I need more dinosaurs and better welfare, so I'm going to continue to edit those functions. And here I was really sat considering what each one would mean for a moment. I think at this point in time I was talking to James and Steve, so I just paused it for a second while I was talking to them, but you can see facility rating wise we're on 4.5 stars, so it's that dinosaur rating we need to get up, and you need to get both up as both influence your overall island rating, as you can see. So then, hopefully in a second here, we'll be moving forwards. Yep, you can see I am now jumping back in. We're going to head back around to the security centre now, and you can see the security centre built up. So that explains a little bit about how the visitor centres function. They give you revenue based on your reputation with each division, and also draw visitors relating to that division to your park. And here I was really impressed with the security centre, its aesthetics. The design is fantastic, it feels very specific to that kind of security function and looks great. So we're placing down a storm centre. There isn't really any need for this on MATANCEROS, but I just wanted to place it down to see what it looked like. And here you can see again another fantastic graphical design. All the buildings here look absolutely phenomenal. So guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. Not much else happens in this gameplay. Really hope you've enjoyed a look at Jurassic World Evolution. It's a fantastic game. The management functionality is spot on, and I had an absolute blast getting hands-on with it to get this footage for you guys.
5 minutes. Drop what you're doing and leave now.